Hey everyone, welcome back to Warren's Everyday English. In this video, we're going to practice the usages of even though and even if. I went through these phrases a couple of times before in other videos. However, I wanted to go over these in detail today so that you'll be more familiar with these phrases and have an excellent grasp on their usage. So let's jump right in. Even though and even if are both phrases used to introduce a contrasting situation. While they may seem similar, there is a difference in their usage and they cannot be used interchangeably. Even though is used to introduce a contrast in a real situation that has already happened or is currently occurring. It is used when two ideas or facts contradict each other, but the speaker wants to emphasize the existence of both situations. So what does this mean? Let me give you some examples to help you understand this better. Even though it was raining, we went for a walk. So here it means that the fact that it was raining did not prevent us from going for a walk. So it is true that they went for a walk and the speaker wants to emphasize that they went for a walk despite the fact that it was raining. Even though he studied hard, he failed the exam. So in this sentence, the speaker is saying that despite his efforts to study, he still did not succeed in the exam and he ultimately failed. Even if, on the other hand, is used to introduce a hypothetical or future scenario that hasn't occurred. It is used when the speaker wants to express that an action or outcome is possible or can occur, regardless of a specific condition or circumstance. It implies that the outcome is not dependent on the condition mentioned. So for example, even if it rains, we will have a picnic. Right? So the speaker is indicating that they will have a picnic regardless of whether it rains or not. Even if he studies hard, he may not pass the exam. Here, the speaker is highlighting the possibility that studying hard may not guarantee success in the exam. So I'd like to highlight what the key difference is between these two, as there can be confusion that both are the same or that they sound the same. Even though and even if, both are used to introduce a contrast. But remember, even though is used in a real situation that has already occurred, and even if is used in an unreal situation that has not occurred yet. Here's a few more examples. Even though she passed the test, she didn't get admission to the college of her choice. So here, right, it happened in the real situation. And let's look at even if to see how it is used differently from even though. Even if she passes the test, I don't think she will get admission to the college of her choice. So this didn't happen, right? We're merely guessing here. Let's make some examples together so that you can get used to the meanings and the usages of even though and even if. First, let's practice even though. Remember, it is used in a real situation, introducing a contrast. Even though I was exhausted, I stayed up late to finish the project. So let's think about the possible scenarios with the phrase of even though I was exhausted. Even though I was exhausted, I finished what I had started. Even though I was exhausted, I kept my focus and pushed myself to the finish line. Even though I was exhausted, I helped my mom cook. Here's another set of examples. Even though it was expensive, I bought the designer dress. So this time, we'll use even though it was expensive to practice. Even though it was expensive, I saw the value and couldn't resist. Even though it was expensive, I thought it would be a good investment. Even though it was expensive, I splurged on it anyway. And the next scenario is, even though she was scared, she jumped off the diving board. Even though she was scared, she tried her best to stay calm. Even though she was scared, she didn't let it stop her. Even though she was scared, she decided to ride the roller coaster. We'll go over a few more examples of even though. Even though the traffic was terrible, I arrived at work on time. Even though they had an argument, they still remained friends. Even though he was sick, he insisted on attending the meeting. Even though it was freezing outside, they went camping. Even though she had a fear of heights, she went on the roller coaster. Even though the movie received bad reviews, it became a box office hit. And finally, even though I had a headache, I joined my friends for the concert. So right here, I recommend that you pause this video and repeat the sentences that we just went over. It'll help you get used to the phrase even though. Now let's look at examples of even if. And remember, as I mentioned before, even if is used in a hypothetical situation, so it can only be used with future tenses. Even if it snows, we will still have the outdoor event, right? Even if it snows, we will still go camping. Even if it snows, I'll go for a run. Let's go over some more examples. Even if he apologizes, I won't forgive him. Even if they offer me a higher salary, I won't accept the job. Even if it takes all night, I will finish this book. So let's expand on even if it takes all night. Even if it takes all night, I'll finish the project and meet the deadline. Even if it takes all night, I'll keep solving the problem until I find a solution. So let's continue going over examples using even if they disagree, right? Even if they disagree, they will have to work together on the project. Even if they disagree, I'll respect their opinion. Even if they disagree, I'll still listen to their point of view. Even if they disagree, I'll still maintain a positive attitude. So let's go over some more examples just so that we can get a better understanding of even if. Even if she practices every day, she may not win the competition. Even if they win the lottery, they will continue working. Even if he loses his job, he won't give up. Even if it's difficult, I will still learn to play the piano. Even if it's far, I will travel to see my favorite band perform. These examples showcase the usage of both even though and even if to present contrasting situations. But remember, even though is used for scenarios that are occurring or have already occurred, while even if is used for scenarios that have not occurred yet. Using and understanding even though and even if is extremely important for English speakers. It's important that you spend time practicing using these phrases so that you can use them naturally. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.